Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day, the recitation for the day. Dhanasari Mahalla Panjava So kat darai je Khasam Samharai Dar dar pache man mukh vichare Rahao. The opening verse is the Rahao, the reflection, the pause. So kat darai. So points to anyone. So kat darai. Why would anyone be afraid? Je Khasam Samharai. If one is protected by the master, the Khasam, why would one be afraid? And then in the second line, the Guru tells us who it is that is actually living in such a state. Dar dar pache man mukh vichare. It is the poor manmukh. Manmukh vichare, the helpless. Manmukh lives in constant fear. Dar dar pache. Pache wastes away. So here's the question that is being asked. You're living a life of constant fear and you feel helpless. So if you were to seek refuge in the self, in the Khasam, why would you fear anything? Because fear would disappear. And then in the next verse, Sir upar mat pita Gurudev, Safal Murat Jaki Nirmal Sev, Ek Niranjan Jaki Ras, Mil Sad Sangat, Hovat Paragas. Sir upar mat pita Gurudev. Sir above the head, but sir also means most assuredly. So sir upar, most assuredly, Mata Pita Gurudev is the protective shelter. Mata Pita Gurudev. Safal Murat Jaki Nirmal Sev. Now this line suggests multiple interpretations. The first one could be read as Safal Murat Jaki Nirmal. So pure, formless, immaculate is that one who is on my head, protective, Upar Mat Pita Gurudev, and save. So we are expected to serve. Serve means to submit, to surrender to that creative principle. And the other reading could be Safal Murat Jaki Nirmal Save, that by serving that entity, even though entity would not be the right word, but there is no other way to explain it conceptually, serving which one becomes pure, nirmal, without the male of ego. Ek Niranjan Jaki Ras. The Guru is the treasure capital as an investment capital. It's immaculate wisdom. Jaki Niranjan Jaki Ras. Niranjan refers to Nam, which refers to wisdom in a very broad sense. We use these words to denote Har, as self-knowledge, as wisdom, because Naam does not lend itself to any one word, you see. Any word that we use is necessarily incomplete. But in this context, wisdom is more appropriate. So join the company of the awakened, Sadh Sangat Hovat Paragas, illumination. So enlightenment, if you want to call it that, when the wisdom, Naam, illuminates your mind, that happens in a relational field called the Sadh Sangat. Continuing, Jiyan ka data puran sab thai kot kalesh mite haranai janam maran sagala dukh nasai gurmukh jaake man tan basai. Jiyan ka data, the giver of life, is fully present in every location, puran sab thai, and through its wisdom, Nai, Naam. Nai here denoting the virtues of wisdom. Through its wisdom, as virtues, millions of afflictions are erased. Kot kales mite haranai. Birth and death, janam maran, all suffering is destroyed. And this happens for the Gurmukh, the one who is Guru-oriented. Gurmukh jaake man tan basai. So that's the condition. So the source of life is a giver. Life is a gift. Nothing is expected in return. This giver is fully present everywhere in our consciousness as omniscience, and it uproots your mental afflictions. Jisno aap laye lad laye, dargah mile tise hi jaye, soi bhagat je sache paane, jam kaal te bhaye nikane. Jisno aap laye lad laye, the one to whom the Prabh itself draws near, magnetizes. That one alone is admitted and received in the court. Dargah mile tise hi jaye. Now we are talking literally. They are true devotees, pleasing to the true one, Sai Bhagat Sache Pane. And as a result, they escape the grip of death and time. Jamakal te bhaye nikane. So union is not self-agency. It is divine agency that establishes the link, the attachment. Jisno aap laye lad laye. Dargah mile tise hi jaye. Dargah, that higher consciousness. Sacha Sahib Sach Darbar, कीमत कौन कहे बिचार, घट घट अंतर सगल आधार, नानक साचे Sant रेणार. Eternal is the master, Sacha Sahib, and eternal its court. Who can contemplate its measure? कीमत कौन कहे बिचार. Because it is the sole foundation within each heart. Ghat ghat antar sagal adhar. Nanak jache sant renar. Nanak begs for the dust of the Sant, the Guru. So what is being said here is that the eternal master, the source of our life, existence, is independent of the world of phenomena, which is a temporal flux. It is in constant, perpetual flux. And its power is being represented here as a sovereignty. Dargah, an eternal court. Ultimate accountability. And Dargah is where reality is disclosed without the distortion of the ego. So ultimately, the Master, who's eternal and whose court, that ground of accountability, is beyond our understanding. We can only seek to be touched by this unmediated truth. We cannot power our way into it. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.